Hey guys, it's Velocity Reaper here, and we are back again with another Turnaround Tuesday, boys. And in the background, you guys will have two separate 50v50 matches. Obviously, the most exciting parts of it are at the very end. So this first gameplay is a little bit more than just the end, and the next one is like just the end. So a couple of little tears, a little something light for you guys. A little bit different from what we would normally have. I think normally we would definitely have a full-on Fortnite solo gameplay, but I didn't get a chance to get one before today, because I don't know, I was just slacking today. I tried to this morning, and there's just different crews that get on at different times of the day, and the morning crew I think is a lot of really good players, a little bit better than my skills. So usually I play in like the afternoon to get you guys your gameplays, so that is why we do not have a normal solo gameplay. And I tried yesterday as well, but I've been slacking. I've just been slacking. Okay, I kind of have these spurts where I play Fortnite, where I don't play Fortnite, so we're trying to get back into it. Obviously we want to stick with the trends and everything like that, so don't want to miss out too much on Fortnite. And plus there's really cool stuff that's coming tomorrow as well. If you guys have not heard, there will be an update tomorrow, not today. Today is Tuesday. It would normally be an update day, but unfortunately there was some issue with the patch that it will not be today. It will be tomorrow. That is confirmed already, and they have tweeted about it, so that is known information. But anyways, getting back into the main points of the TAT today is just talking about series. So one, we finally finished Red Dead Redemption, guys. I know a lot of people are like, thank the Hazens, we are finally done with Red Dead Redemption. Devin, you uploaded way too much of that game. It was a long storyline, it was slow, and I was like, you know, honestly, I learned a lot from that playthrough as well. You wouldn't think I learned that much. I did do 2 different thumbnails. That was one thing I learned, or that I wanted to do for that series, because it was so lengthy. But 2, I just learned how to work kind of like a Rockstar-esque game, and we have another Red Dead Redemption coming up later this year. It'll be the second one, Red Dead Redemption 2. It'll be a prequel to the current one, so I'll definitely have to run the series in a different way. I was doing one episode per, or one mission per episode, more to say, and they just made the series go so slow because we weren't cranking out 2 missions, 3 missions an episode. And I thought that, videos were getting shorter. I wanted to have shorter videos, 15 minutes per mission. I was like, okay, that's good. That's really good. But for this specific game, with so many missions and so much story and dialogue, you might, I kind of plan on doing maybe 2 or 3 missions per episode, which means that the episodes will be closer to around 30-35 minutes, which I don't know if that's an issue for you guys. You guys gotta let me know when that comes time, but we got a long time until then. We got a lot of other things coming up. It's specifically, we have a Black Ops 4 announcement happening on Thursday, which I will try to cover before the end of the week, or if not by the end of the week, then it will be covered the following week, just because I will be back home this weekend, so I will not be able to be like, here and recording and everything like that. So we'll figure that out some way, somehow. We'll make sure to get that out to you guys. It might not be the day of. I don't know if you guys would want to still see my speculation at that point, but I know a lot of you guys who are here probably don't watch too many of other players, or other YouTubers who have been talking about the game, and I always have different takes. Everyone's gonna have a different take on the game. I think I've talked about that before. Everyone's gonna have a very different take on what's happening in the trailers or whatever, so definitely don't want to leave you guys missing out on another perspective of things that have happened in the trailer, things that are going to be spoiled. And I think that we're gonna get a lot of information, more information than we would ever get, just because the game is coming out in October and not in November like a normal release would be. Again, that is because of Red Dead Redemption and one other game that I think Battlefield, maybe. It might be Battlefield, it might be Halo, one or the other. It's one or the other that they're trying to compete with. But yeah, they're trying to compete with those guys, and I've talked about that in another video, so I'm getting too far away from what a TAT would normally be about, but I definitely want to address that as a future plan for the channel for the rest of this week. Moving on into our next point here, guys, is something a little bit more specific to me, and that is I've actually finally picked up some different softwares. I picked up this whole Premiere package of Adobe softwares, and Adobe is really well known for editing big major edits and stuff like that. People who do montages and stuff like that, I think that is their go-to software. So I have like the package that includes like all 20 softwares, and obviously I'm not going to use all 20 of them. However, we can start getting into more edits and stuff like that. So I'm trying to learn Photoshop, and I'm trying to learn Illustrator, and what else? else is there, After Effects and stuff like that, to kind of get you guys some really cool stuff, some really cool edits, some really funny memeing stuff like that. I really want to do that. I really am interested in that, and that is something that is going to take a little bit of time to get used to. I was trying to learn how to do thumbnails yesterday, and geez, was that hard. There's a lot going on in Photoshop, especially for someone coming in so late when there's so many updates, and they've probably added so many things since Photoshop initially came out that I really have to take the time to learn this. So I'm gonna start trying to make my own thumbnails relatively soon. Today's thumbnail was made by Nafanael once again, so again, huge shout out to him for all the help on the channel. But again, I want this to be more and more independent as we go along. I'm trying to become more independent with everything that we do on this channel in terms of, you know, equipment, in terms of software, in terms of games and stuff like that. I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to evolve and grow as a person, as a YouTuber, and obviously through you guys, but I don't get too much feedback from you guys, so I'm doing it through myself, and that is how it's been so far, and that's how it seems like it's going to be going for a little bit. And obviously everything takes time, so I do not have a problem with that. I'm not complaining about it at all. I'm just saying that for at the moment, I'm just really learning on my own and really figuring things out as we go along here. And I'd rather not, you know, just start off with having everything. I feel like, you know, that's a good way to start a channel, sure, but I feel like, you know, people are gonna like more of a growth kind of thing. I honestly think that people will like you a lot more when you're trying to grow, when you're reaching towards a goal or something like that. And obviously my channel, if you guys saw the equipment that I use to create my videos, you guys be like, holy crap, how's this kid pushing videos every single day? And that's a personal thing though. I don't need to tell everyone about, you know, the software that I use, or the computer that I use, or the gaming capture that I use. You know, that doesn't matter necessarily. Personally for me, I know that what I'm using right now isn't the best, but I'm making it work. And that is something that I want to get beyond in the future. I want to have the best of the best. I want to get to that point when we are able to afford a good, you know, $5,000 PC and a good, you know, $200 monitor or whatever and stuff like that. I want to be able to do those kind of things in the future, but as of right now, you have to start somewhere. You don't always start with having everything in the world, and that is why this channel is has so much room to grow. I feel like, personally, I feel like there's so much room to grow. There's so many things that we can explore as a channel, as a person, as a YouTuber, and as a community of Reapers. I'm gonna call you guys all little Reapers now. That we can really explore, and I don't think that I'm too worried about it. I know sometimes things seem kind of stagnant. Seems like we're not really moving forward much, like we're behind many other, you know, YouTubers and stuff like that, which we are technically, but I think that we will have a lot of potential in the future to grow as a huge channel. And I feel like the energy that's here, the energy, the positivity, the daily uploads, the dedication, everything like that, it all culminates into something bigger at the end of the day. So that's why I'm super excited for that. But that is just my own little personal thing. So moving on into our next point here. Again, that last point was just all about Photoshop, about the softwares that I'm learning and stuff like that. So that's just like a kind of small updates on the channel and stuff like that. Things that I want to start creating and making and everything like that. So my next point here is just talking about our upcoming series. So obviously we do not have a storyline series at the moment, which means that there's going to start to be a lot more Call of Duty gameplay. You guys have already seen one earlier today. If it does get uploaded before this or around the same time as it should be coming in a couple minutes to 30 minutes or so after this, if it doesn't get uploaded before this. And obviously we're going to have more Call of Duty. We're going to have a lot more of Deep Rock Galactic, which I've been a little bit slacking on. I've been trying to complete caves, but those caves are hard. They're really hard, actually. And then we're going to have more Monster Hunter World, which we had yesterday. And they're also, hopefully, I'll start getting into more than one upload a day. I have been doing one upload. I'm trying to do 2 uploads, especially since I started off doing like 2 or 3 per day. But as content slows down, as we start to pick up different games, if we have to wait for certain games, then, you know, things start to slow down and you kind of draw back on everything. So if I push one video a day, just know that, you know, the other content just wasn't there yet, or I wasn't really satisfied with whatever we tried to record earlier today, because I've had like 2 or 3 Deep Rock Galactic gameplays that I just didn't upload just because I wasn't really satisfied with the turnout of them, because obviously I want to complete the cave. I don't want to leave it hanging like we have in the last couple of recordings that I did. So that's just like a little side note. But the 2 series that we do have coming up on May 29th is Agony. As I've linked the trailer for that, I will link it again down in the description below. You guys can go check that out. Once again, I will tell you guys to go follow the Velocity Reaper Twitter account. There's 135 of you. There's about 12 followers at the moment. I don't use it a whole lot. I'm trying to use it more and more. The more people who are there, the more I'll use it. That's my logic. So definitely go over there and go ahead and give that a follow. And honestly, a follow, it means nothing. It literally means nothing, because if I barely tweet from that account, then you're not getting spammed much. But that is like the #1 way to know when a video is coming out. I actually have a friend who had told me like, you know, hey, you uploaded so late. I was like, no, I didn't. I uploaded like 3 hours ago. And they're like, oh, okay, I see the tweet now. But obviously you get the notification from YouTube much later. So it was unfortunate for that. So if you follow the Twitter account, then you will get that information right away. And I think I've said that in the description before. I was like, find out when the video, as soon as the video comes out, something along those lines. So definitely just go ahead and give that a follow, like I said, and you guys can get all that information. And I retweet different things that are happening that I will usually cover in a video later on. But anyways, that is our little side points there. And then we also have, so like I said, Agony May 29th, and then we have Vampire, which is a different game. I'll leave the trailer for that as well. Vampyr, not Vampire. And that looks like a pretty fun game too. It's a role-playing game. You looks like you get to play as a vampire. It looks really cool. It looks like something that we could check out that may not be too mainstream. I like to do mainstream games as well as doing things that I think are really interesting, that I think would be a fun game to play. Obviously, you don't want to play anything that you don't want to play yourself. That's like really like bare minimum YouTube logic. If you don't like what you're playing, then you're obviously not going to be making the content that's going to be exciting and fun for your viewers. So that's the bare minimum thing for me. So I think Vampire would be really cool. It looks really sick. I watched one trailer for it, and it might be an Xbox exclusive. I'm not 100% sure about that. But it looks like it's going to be another fun game to do. So we'll have those two storylines going, because the Agony does not have multiplayer. I don't know if Vampire does. It might end up having multiplayer. I'm not really sure. But then then at that point, then we'll be one in the summer, almost in the summer, at least for Vampire, if we pick it up. I'm not sure if we're going to pick it up, but it's definitely on my radar. So we'll end up having Vampire, and we'll end up having Agony. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, sub up, share around, and I will catch you guys in the next one.